Welcome to our Monday call this week. How's everybody's weeks? Who wants to share some wins and wows real quick? Did I see Erica unmuted?
You know it. I am so excited
Yay!
because the 5-1 promotion just was just the thing I needed. And so I have made myself a little checklist in my organizer, and I added a new team member today. So that was pretty exciting. Check one thing off.
Yay! Check one thing off the list. Awesome. I love it. Very good.
Just had a new team member hit her HLP today, and then we have one who's gonna hit her 2,000 plus tomorrow. So,
woohoo! Yay! Awesome. That's fantastic. I love this. So Jason, we have Jason LaChance on the call tonight. He's going to be sharing with us about conference, which I'm super excited about. But Jason, we're doing a conference kind of leading up. We're doing a contest leading up to conference.
Yeah.
And it's just called Magic Momentum. And so our goal is to talk to 2 people a day and see where that takes us. And it sounds to me like people are also motivated by that 5-1 promotion as well, which when we masterminded around this Magic Momentum, that hadn't come into play yet. So this is really exciting for everybody. So
awesome. That's good to hear.
So we are excited. Will you take that down? Sorry, I've got kids trying to set up their stuff up here on my phone. So,
perfect timing.
perfect timing. So while we're waiting, I'm going to actually, so for those of you that don't know Jason LaChance, Jason, and correct me if I'm wrong, is our regional director.
Right.
You are the North Central region now. Is that what they call you?
Yeah, that's what we call it. It's essentially everything in the Midwest except Texas.
Okay, Midwest.
So Colorado to Chicago, essentially.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's a pretty large territory, I feel like. But he is, if those of you haven't met him, he is our liaison between us being reps in the field and our awesome corporate G's Plus company. So he is really our advocate and resource for what's happening and what we need. And also then again, what we need to be doing to be great G's Plus representatives from the corporate side as well. So he's going to share about conference, and then what I will do at the end, because his time is precious, what we'll do is kind of share some winners of our Magic Momentum contest that got their numbers in. And then we have a special prize at the end. I hear Jason has something special for us that we'll give to our winner of the week. So
cool.
Awesome. So I'll just pass it over to you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mel. I'm on Central Time here. I'm actually in Memphis. So I have 7:35 on my clock. So hopefully by 7:50 at the latest, I'll be done talking, maybe earlier than that.
That sounds good.
I want to thank you guys for asking me to be on your call. And I know Reagan and Ellen aren't here, but of course, thanks to them too. They are great leaders in our business. We love them so much down in Memphis. The 2 of them have just been really solid for a long time. I started with our company. It'll be 10 years in January, and like most people that start with Juice Plus, you're kind of clueless, right? Whether you're corporate or whether you're a representative, you're just like, oh, it looks good and sounds fun. But then you get started and you're like, oh, I need a little guidance here. That's why they say be teachable. But I can definitely say that Reagan and Ellen were a big part of teaching me the business, and I appreciate them so much. And Mel, in the last few years, you've been pretty much a shining star about how your business has blown up. And I've gotten to know you a little bit and watch you. And, my role, like everyone else at the corporate office, is a support role. You all are business owners, you're entrepreneurs, and we support your growth. And it's easy to support someone like Melanie because she just goes out there and does it, and doesn't require a lot of help. So very cool to see you and your success. And I know probably the people on this call that I may not know all of you, but I know you've contributed to the success that Melanie's had on her team and even other parts of Reagan or Ellen's team. And I just say congratulations and good job on that. You know, in my job, as you are with the Juice Plus company and as you advance up from one position to the next and grow your business, at each level, we try to add an additional level of support because obviously your business is getting bigger. You might have more customers and more team members, and it's getting larger, and we recognize that. So we want to give you more tools, more support, so your job doesn't get harder as your business grows, but essentially it could get easier. You get systems plugged in and locked in, and it goes smooth. And that's where my role is. I am out in the field. I'm not in the Memphis office. I live in the middle of my territory. I live in Kansas City. And my primary role is really to be a support mechanism for the NMDs within that territory. So, you know, people like Sean and Jennifer Myers, and of course, Reagan and Ellen and all the other NMDs, you know, they work with the team in Memphis, but they also have me just to, you know, pick up a phone or shoot me a Zoom or a Voxer and, you know, again, trying to support people that are building a business because we want you to have the time freedom to do the, you know, the business building stuff. And it's a great system. I love it. I'll be on year number 10 in January, and great company. I'm so happy to be here. I'm actually in Memphis today. And as you can imagine, we are deep in the process of finalizing and finishing up and still creating some things for a conference next month. So it was a perfect opportunity to share with you all tonight. So I'm kind of just going to be, you know, free form a little bit, but conference is the number one most important thing in our business. So I hope I share a few things that you guys totally agree with, but I hope I share a few things that you're like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't think about that. So let's talk about conference a little bit. It is, without doubt, the number one most important thing for your business, your Juice Plus business. Okay, well, why do you say that? Why is that the case? Well, corporately, you know, we have thousands of representatives all over the country and all over the world. You know, we can do everything we can to communicate with you and provide resources and tools, but it's much more efficient for us to do it when we're all together. So corporately, we look at these 2 weekends, the spring conference and the fall conference, and we say, all right, all the players are going to be there. Let's guns blare. You know, let's dump all of our resources into this. Let's put everything we can because we're all going to be together. Let's make it a huge time. Let's get all the sharing we're going to get done to make the next 6 months until the next conference that much more efficient for all of us, you know, because we're there together. Let's make it a big time. And so one thing I'll share as well, you know, you don't want to miss that as a representative, no matter what level you're in the business. You don't want to miss that because, and especially with how big the company is getting now, you just miss too much. So it really is an essential investment in your business. And most of the people I work with, I'm sure a lot of you operate your business. You know, here's a tip or recommendation. You know, operate your business on that conference to conference timeline, which is essentially 6 months. So what does that mean? That means, you know, you go to this conference in Austin and you're there together with your team and you have an opportunity to plan and you know, how do you make the plans? You plan until the conference in the spring. And you set your goal. So if you go into this conference as a VF or an SC or wherever you might be, I want to be at my next promotion by next spring. And I'm sure you've seen it, and I see it all the time. You don't need to stop at the next promotion. You could jump 2 promotions. You know, when you put effort into this business, you will get return. It's the hard work pays off. But when you're in Austin, plan for where you're going to be by the spring conference. And everyone is not 100% aware of this, but the spring conference is in March this year. It's the last week of March. So, you know, get that on your calendar. Be good business people. Plan out your annual calendar so you know you're taking advantage of things and you're not getting caught by surprise. But remember that spring conference is in March. So it's a must attend. It's a recommendation that you plan conference to conference. It's an easy thing to do as far as giving your business symmetry and a little bit of organization. And then the best thing is when you plan conference to conference and you help your team plan conference to conference, then you come up to that conference and everybody's like hitting their goal at the same time. Everybody's saying, back in the spring, everybody was saying by September, I'm going to be VF, or by September, I'm going to be sales coordinator, or by September, I'm going to be NMD, So then it's like everybody's hitting that promotion or that big goal at the same time. And then it becomes a big party. Not that it isn't a party anyway, but I mean, that's how it should be. It should be a family reunion, a celebration of the last 6 months. And that's how we approach it corporately. We want it to be fun, impactful. We want memories to be made there because, we're a unique community. And, you've heard it said all the time, you hear a lot of companies say this, and I'm not saying we're the only one, but we are definitely like a family in this company. And the best relationships and memories generally come from conference. So a little bit about content. I can't share a great deal because there's some things that we're working on and they're going to be surprises to you, but they're all going to be good things. But we obviously on your virtual office, we've got the price change in there. When you log onto your virtual office, the Juice Plus products are the prices are changing a little bit, which all your customers are being notified of that now in their next shipment. So be aware of that, which I'm sure you guys are on top of. But, that wasn't just a decision, we need to increase the prices. No, not at all. It was, we recognize as a company, people today, especially in the Amazon world, in the online shopping world, people want clarity, transparency, and we were missing the bar on a couple of those. So as far as like the shipping and like the installment fees, those little things that could potentially create confusion and question when you guys are talking to potential customers, hey, those are some not roadblocks, but certainly speed bumps in your business that you don't need to deal with. And it took us a while, but we reorganized a lot of stuff to be able to say, okay, we're going to go to pretty much a clear and organized flatline pricing structure. That's about as far as I can go, but it's going to be much simpler for you to talk to customers. You're not going to have a lot of questions about shipping and installment fees. All that's going away. And that's been a project that's been in the works for more than a year now. So we're really excited to launch that in great detail at conference, even though we're inching it out now because shipments are going out to customers. We want reps all to know about that. You may have heard there are some compensation plans enhancements coming. Same philosophy. Hey, when I first started, I did not understand the compensation plan in a week, right? Not possible. It took me probably a couple of years, and I still don't know a lot of it. So anyway, again, those things, as the company gets bigger and grows, those are some things that are going to slow the growth. So there's been a big internal emphasis and a lot of resources going towards fixing all that and making it simpler and cleaner for a couple years now. And it's all coming together that we get to launch it at conference. So we're really excited to talk about that. And then on top of that, we've got enhancements to the virtual office coming. We've got some new mobile tools for both representatives and customers. So this conference is going to be a real step above. Not that the other ones haven't been awesome, but just content-wise, there's going to be so much there. So we're excited about that, and we hope that you all are as well. And I want to transfer kind of into your world now, and I don't do what you do, but I get to work with people that do what you do every day, and including I see how you guys operate online, and I get copied on some of the messages, and and I get a lot of feedback and input from NMDs about what's working and what's not working. And so I'm going to share what I know a lot of people who are really getting ramped up right now are doing. And you guys might be doing this, but if you're not doing it, it's some things that I hope you can grasp and say, yo, I'm going to implement that right now. So sometimes I get asked, and you guys might get asked, well, what does a Juice Plus representative do? What does a Juice Plus rep do? And, probably 10 months out of the year, it's kind of a, not a hard question to answer, but it's like a weird answer. It's like, well, we share education and we, help support people and, we help people build a business from their home. But in the other 2 months is the 2 months right before conference. And we don't really share this with people, but this is the optimum time to ramp up whatever you're doing. Because it's proven, we know how good conference is. And I've heard multiple 100 Club NMDs say, throughout the year, I remind myself daily, my job is to get people to conference. Because once you're there, no one goes to a Juice Plus conference and leaves, less excited. You go and you get pumped up. So knowing that, increasing your efforts to get more people to go is a great return for your business. And here we are, we're 5 weeks away. And, right now the Juice Plus world is buzzing because everybody you talk to is like, I got 3 events this week. I got 4 Zoom calls tonight. I get, everyone is lining up and ramping up, putting all the efforts in now with the intent on getting, you might have 4 or 5 team members that are going with you to conference right now, the intent on doubling that, if you're the VF or a sales coordinator. Getting someone to sit in that room the first time is awesome and amazing. But even if they've been a team member before and they've gone before and they're kind of on the fence now, getting them to sit in that room for those 2 or 3 days, and really it's almost just as valuable and probably more valuable, the community that's created at nighttime at the team events. And it's just a huge return on what you do. So what does a Juice Plus rep do? In the 2 months before conference, they work like crazy. And I can't explain what they do, but they work like crazy to influence people and help people make a decision. And I guarantee you it will pay off. So I challenge you, if you're sitting here right now, whether you're a QNMD or an NMD or it's your 3rd day in the business, commit that you're going to go to conference. And if you're on this call, I'm assuming you're going to go because you're interested in growing your business. But ask yourself, how many people do I know are going on my team? If that's 7 or 10 or 19, and ask yourself, how many more can I get to be open and go along with and say yes? Because I guarantee you it's going to pay off. And I love that. I'm not sure who mentioned the 5-1 incentive right now, but thank you for mentioning that, because right now, you can have a new person start on your team, and they get 1 customer outside of their own house, right? With 1 customer, they get a bonus, the HLP bonus, a $100 bonus. So, I don't like to use the word easy too much because, different people have different definitions for that word. But boy, if you have somebody who's either a customer or has expressed interest of being a representative, there's never been a better time to help them say, okay, yes, I want to do this. Have them become a representative, put their own order in, and then they get 1 other customer and you can get them a $100 bonus. Now that $100 is not going to pay for their entire conference ticket or their flight, but is that not success to build upon, right? So great opportunity right now for someone who might not even know anything about Juice Plus today, but you spark up a conversation and they become interested, and you could say, I know you just started here, but there's really good opportunity for you to have some early success. let's get your order. Let's find one customer for you that you'll get a bonus with that. We have our biggest conference of the year coming up in a month. I'd love you to come. Our team's going. It's a big party. It's so much fun. So then there's that incentive. And then, that rolls right into the 5-1 incentive where they get, 4 more customers and a team member. And that's a $100 bonus right there again. So as a leader, as you guys owning your own business, being entrepreneurs, wrap your mind around that and change your intention to say, I'm going to use those tools. And what does a Juice Plus rep do? They're out there talking to people, helping people, encouraging people, and sometimes really painting a vision of, if I say yes to Juice Plus, what does that mean? Painting that 30 to 60 day vision. And I'm going to roll into wrapping up here in a little bit. But I think you can see, our excitement as a company, and the recommendation for all representatives is have those big rocks, those 2 conferences on your calendar, and work on them all year. But in this last 30 days, intensify the efforts. I asked you a minute ago to challenge yourself on how many people maybe you already have said yes. How many more do you think you can get by challenging yourself? Well, how do you accomplish what you might challenge yourself with? You get what you schedule. So you look at the calendar and you say, I've got 5 weeks until conference. How many events do I have scheduled? If you've got one, you might have a chance to schedule a few more. How many phone calls or Zoom calls or 3-way calls do I schedule? And that's the nuts and bolts, but it's those nuts and bolts. It's those baby steps. It's those stretching yourselves that will pay off immensely when you're sitting in Austin, laughing, having a good time, celebrating somebody's $100 or $200 or $300 bonus, sitting there laughing, making a plan for where you're going to be in the spring. And suddenly your business has momentum. You've got 2 or 3 new people. And then the last tip I want to give, and I love this one, is always, as leaders, what do you have right after conference back home? Because you're going to get people on your team that go, and they're going to get blown away, and they're going to maybe be new and go, I'm so excited. But if there's not a schedule in place, so when they get so excited and you're down there, and you're on Saturday night and you're talking about plans, it's great that you've already got something planned, 2 weeks later when you get home in Boulder or wherever it is, because you're going to capitalize on that. And then, then it's just a commitment to consistent activity, and you're keeping yourself busy, and you're trying to find holes in your calendar to plan these events, and you're plugging people into it, and you're answering the questions that all new people have for you. And suddenly here we are at the end of the year, and you've got however many new team members that are getting bonus checks, and they're excited, and they're adding new team members. And I have a feeling that may have been how Mel was feeling. It wasn't last conference, but was it the conference before that you had blown up like 2 or 3 months heading in the conference, and it was a big celebration, and that was a good time.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stay on with you guys, and I'm part of your team. I'm supporting you guys. So if you had any questions for me, just go ahead. But I'm gonna throw it back to you, Mel.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jason. And I agree with you on all of that. Conference really is our biggest thing, and it's like Reagan always says, it's the Super Bowl of what we do at Juice Plus, and it is just an awesome time and a really great time to learn and really grow our teams and cast vision. We've been talking about this year is unify, multiply, and simplify, unify, and multiply. It sounds like the company is simplifying. Thank you. Yes. So just so you know, you guys, if you think you have feedback, the company is open and they're willing to do things that do make it easier for us. So Jason's our guy on those things, but we appreciate everything that the company's doing. And I'm super excited to be at the conference to hear all of the new amazing things. And it just is a really great time to be part of this company. I'm stoked. So
Awesome.
thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So real quick, you guys, we have about 4 minutes, and we had a lot of people in some really great action this week. So for those of you that are participating in the contest, and this is going on weekly, so our contest is having 10 conversations to talk to 2 people about Juice Plus, our products, our business. How about coming to conference with us? Maybe that's the invite that we make this week, spearheaded by what Jason's talked to us about. So we had a bunch of people on the leaderboard here. We have Jill and Kathy Mendelson, Jamie Bischoff. We've got Jamie Bischoff on the line here. She's going to share a little bit, but Leslie Lawson and Missy Kaiser. And Jason is willing, I believe, to help us out with a free conference ticket for kind of the big winner of the week. So that winner this week is Leslie Lawson, and we'll get that to her. So Leslie Lawson is your person. She wasn't able to be on the call tonight, but there's a lot of other people that have been doing this awesome activity, and everybody, including myself, should be on this board. That's my goal for next week, and my goal to do that. But Jamie Bischoff is here, and she's going to share what happened when she had her 10 conversations this week, and what kind of momentum that created in her business. Jamie, there you go. You're unmuted. Hi, James.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, so this week it was kind of crazy because I actually was traveling a couple times between like that first day and then the day that the first week ended, whatever those dates are, I don't even know. But so I was out of town for the first part of it, actually at a concert where we were camping, and there were like 7 people that we were with. And so I, of course, took my products with me. And so every morning when I woke up, I made a shake, took my capsules, and it just started these natural conversations. So, I mean, I got to talk to 5 new people.
That's awesome.
I mean, that was half of my list right there. Like, it was just the people that were there, and they were asking questions, and I got to kind of just casually like talk to them a little bit about what it was. And, they asked the questions that they had. And so I've done a little bit of follow-up this week with those people, and just we're kind of continuing the conversations and answering their questions and things like that. And then a lot of the other ones were just kind of like, it was all just kind of natural conversation just with people that I kind of do life with. So I just recently went to a retreat. Mel, I told you about this, but one of the coaches I've been talking to a lot, and so I've been sharing some information with her, and so we had a conversation, and now she's like super interested in basically everything. So it's been a really fun conversation, and talking to her about just all of this stuff. She's actually a former Beachbody coach, so it's been interesting to just have these conversations with her, because she gets it. Like, she understands like the business, and like she gets like the health and wellness products and stuff like that. So that's been great. And then a lot of the other people are just friends that I've thought about for a long time, and just kind of had some brave conversations and brought up some things that I knew were going on in their life. And yeah, and I didn't get any new orders or team members, but it just kind of set me off on a good pace for just getting things going again, because I feel like this summer was just very stagnant for me, just with the kids at home, and we were traveling a lot, and just life was happening. And so I feel really good about just getting back in the game again. So it's been really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. And I forgot to mention, everybody that I mentioned there, y'all are $20 richer. So we're actually paying that out at the very end. So you have a nice little chunk, a little nest egg there to go to conference with you. So awesome, awesome. Thanks for participating. And so you guys, just in case, I had some people ask, just in case you didn't know, those your forms are due on Sunday evening. No exceptions. So fill those out, and so then we can celebrate you on next Monday's call. So Jason, we have one more question. I'm
Sure.
going to unmute Bobby and Patty. Patty has a question for you real quick about
Sure.
conference.
Hi, Jason. It's Bobby and Patty. And
Hi, you guys.
first of all, thank you for being here this evening. We enjoyed your information and your talk. Yeah. It was very encouraging. You know, Bobby and I have, since we became representatives, I can't remember a conference that we really missed, but I'm having some health issues right now, and I cannot make Austin. Is there any chance that Juice Plus will talk about maybe letting us buy a live streaming conference ticket or something like that so we don't miss out? I mean, it's not like it's in my control that I can do anything like this, you know, but it's sad to miss something when you have always gone and you can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate to hear that you aren't able to come, and thanks for being brave and letting us know, letting me know. That's something we may get to, but certainly not for Austin. We like the idea. We've tested it at a couple international conferences, but the U.S. conference being 2 or 3 times bigger, we want to make sure all the bugs are worked out. So not for Austin, unfortunately, but maybe down the road. But I know you've got a great team, so they will certainly bring back a lot of content for you to take in. Good question, though.
You're right about that, but it's nothing like being there.
I agree. It's fun.
But thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Jason.
You know, hopefully I won't miss the next one.
Yeah, right. I agree.
Thanks, Mel.
Oh, you're welcome. Does anybody else have any other questions while we have Jason here with us? Oh, I do. I have a question.
All right.
Is Stephen Ritz going to be at the conference, and is he speaking from the main stage? Can you tell me, please?
You know, I'm not in a position to say 100% yes or no, because that's not really my world as far as managing Stephen and or all the speakers. If I had to wager a guess, I would say he's going to be there. He was at all 4 of the summer tour events this year. So
Okay.
I think the only way he would miss is, you know, he's got a pretty big level of responsibility outside of the Juice Plus world. Yeah, the only way he would miss is if he had some sort of other commitment like that. But I expect to see him there. And if he's there, I would expect to see him on stage or at least in the, you know, we've done a pretty significant Tower Garden section at the last few conferences. At least he'd be in there.
Okay.
Yeah. He's fun.
He is. I have a brand new representative that runs an urban farm nonprofit, and she wants to meet him. And so that was kind of one of our things. So,
you know, I might get an update on him tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day where we're going through the whole agenda. So if I get a 100% yes, he's going to be there, I'll let you know.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and if you hear yes, can you let us know, Mel?
Yeah, I will. I'll put it out.
Okay, thanks.
For sure. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Mel, can I ask one more
Oh, yeah.
question?
Yep, go for it.
I'm bringing Thomas, and he's going to be 9 months old. And I just didn't know if there were any facilities for children or anything like that that I should just be aware of.
Yeah, there's typically a family viewing area, and it's the bomb. There'll be TVs. It's not like being the live place, but there'll be lots of moms with kids rolling around on the floor, crawling around, eating snacks, all that kind of stuff. You can still hear the whole thing. Yep, it's live. It's almost like it's live streamed in that room.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see exactly what's happening on the stage. So.
Okay. Are there any nursing rooms or anything there at Austin Conference Center? I mean,
Yeah, I don't think as a company we have any designated for that.
It's happening everywhere is the nursing room.
That's a good point.
Okay. I'm not
Usually the
afraid.
conference center has a couple hallways that are a little more private if you need that.
Okay, cool.
You're free to nurse anywhere and everywhere.
All right, thank you. Okay. Have a
All
good
right,
night,
great questions, guys. Thanks so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Jason.
guys.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, have a good night. Thanks a lot.
You too. Bye-bye.
See you in a month.
See
Bye-bye.
you soon.